Welcome, guys. I'm Al.
I'm Marash.
And this is the Call to Whiskey.
All hail Cal.
Today we're talking about the double blended peated malt Scotch whiskey. Let's take a look. Welcome back. So today's whiskey is a blended malt from both Speyside and Islay. The Islay is probably Colilla or Bunnahabhain because those are the only ones that produce enough to send to independent bottling companies. The Speyside's probably Tomintoul. Angus Dundee owns Tomintoul, and that's a Speyside distillery, and they do have a peated line. So we're going to assume that the Speyside peat is theirs, and it's 46% ABV. It's non-chill filtered, and we don't have confirmation whether or not there's E150 added to it, but it is rumored to be natural coloring, so we're going to assume natural coloring, and it's a non-aged segment whiskey.
Okay, well, I'm excited. It's Speyside and Islay, a double peat. Let's take a pour.
History time. The Double Peat is an Angus Dundee product. They own two distilleries, the Tomintoul in Speyside and Geldcadam in the Highlands. They pride themselves on quality products at a competitive price. Their bottlings include Smoky Joe, Hamilton, Glencork, Scottish Royal, and more. They also provide bulk wholesale whiskey for local bottlings around the world. So chances are you've seen an Angus Dundee product on the shelves before. You just didn't know it. Alright, let's take a look at the nose. Right off the bat, the nose is very similar to Smoky Joe. It's a budget whiskey owned by Angus Dundee, and it's very similar on the nose.
I smell barbecue.
Yeah.
Sweet barbecue all day long. It's just so deep, rich barbecue flavor. The sweet honey sauce, the meatiness.
It's like straight Texas barbecue. Very smoky. Smoky Joe has the same thing. It's very unique. Islay peat is usually a little bit smokier. This is just pure barbecue. You're right.
I would say Tennessee barbecue. But, you know.
Right. Fair enough.
Fair enough, you know.
Yeah, it's that sweet honey.
Oh, wow.
Like, you can smell the ribs.
Yes. I'm excited to taste this. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it. And you just get that campfire smoke. That barbecue still there, that bacon, that like crispy grilled bacon.
Yeah, this has the right amount of peatiness, smokiness that I like in a whiskey. Where it settles in your mouth after a good sip, but it's not overpowering. And it has so many other flavors, a little bit of spiciness, just a touch of sweetness from the barbecue flavor we're talking about.
You get that salt and brine, a hint of cloves.
It's a dry aftertaste.
And then grass on the back end. And the finish is like a cigar smoke.
It's a good whiskey. I wasn't expecting it.
For a bottle that looks like a knockoff from Douglas Lang, bottle looks like it's like Big Peat.
Yes, it's funny. I looked at it, I saw the double peatiness, and I just thought it was going to be overpowering, overwhelming, and you're just going to knock me off my feet. But then you gave me something that I really, really like. Let's put a little water.
Let's go for it. All the spiky bits went away. That alcohol burn really went down.
That's a good whiskey. It's smoky again.
Yeah, it didn't dull any of the smoke or anything, any of those flavors.
Barbecue, sweetness, honey.
That smoke didn't go away. It just smoothed it out a little, and I don't think it brought anything out, and it didn't dull anything really. It just smoothed out the rough edges.
I actually like the neat a little bit better, to be honest. It had that barbecue flavor a little bit. Let's see how it looks with some ice. Very little ice.
It got more honey.
It smells like a bourbon. Tastes like a bourbon almost.
Yeah, you got more sweet. You're right. Like bourbon, like a honey bourbon.
You still get that campfire aftertaste a little bit. It's a good whiskey.
Got
it's
a lot
very
sweeter.
tasty.
Got a lot sweeter on ice. Neat. There's very little sweetness on when it's neat, and I don't know where that honey came from, but on ice it really showed up. This is, an Islay peat. Yeah, that's normal. Speyside peat, not very usual, and it's like Frankenstein's monster, man.
Life! Life! Do you hear me? Give my creation life!
Yeah, no, it's unique. It feels like it's like an American bourbon, if not rather than an Irish or a Scottish whiskey. It has that barbecue flavor, the sweet tones associated to it, the smokiness of on the palate and on the nose. It's just barbecue. It just says Tennessee or Texas, depending on where you're from, So I'm loving it. So what does this bad boy go for?
It's only $40.
What?
Yeah. I originally got this at Total Wine. I thought it was a Total Wine exclusive, like their Grainstone or their Scarabus. But I have seen it at other like online stores and stuff like that. So it's not just sold at Total Wine, but $40. It's a great price for something this interesting. Mm-hmm. It's if you want like a barbecue smoke, this is it.
Mm-hmm. It's lovely.
Yeah. There's only like 3 notes on here really. There's that barbecue and that smoke and like a little hint of honey. So it's not anywhere above bottom shelf, right? But it is good. For a budget whiskey, for a bottom shelf budget whiskey, it does stand above the norm.
So if you guys got a favorite budget whiskey, post them in the comments below and we'll do a review on it.
Well, on that note, our toast today is in heaven there is no whiskey.
That's why we drink ours here.
All hail cow.
It's not right. You can see the tear.